Alrighty, it is your boy RickyMoto. Welcome back to yet another video. So in this video, I'm actually to be doing a voiceover because I had some technical difficulties. Everything on this day was just kind of going wrong. I was working on a lot of projects, but nothing was working out. Things just kept getting worse and worse. And so I decided to just go on a ride to clear my head. Now I was supposed to be doing a moto vlog and I was going to be talking and just talking about my day, but yet again, my camera had an issue. I've been using the Insta360 Ace 2 Pro, which has been my go-to camera of choice, but then literally like 2 minutes in, the camera battery died. So unfortunately, I just had to switch to my GoPro. And I mean, the quality is pretty decent on the GoPro as well. It's really hard to tell. But the issue was I didn't have a microphone adapter for the GoPro. So it was just my GoPro strapped to my helmet with no audio. It was picking up all of the wind noise, but that is besides the point. So I wanted to talk about what was going on this ride. So on this ride, I was just kind of just cruising around town. I just wanted to clear my head, but it was also a chance for me to test out these new aftermarket levers. And just to give a little bit of insight, I did get these off of eBay from a random seller. No reviews, no nothing. It was just the cheapest option I can find, and that was a big mistake. Now the installation itself was pretty straightforward and smooth. Everything pretty much lined up to all the holes and the bolts. But when I took it out on the ride, I noticed something was immediately wrong. First of all, the overall angle and placement of the levers were just really uncomfortable to use. They are technically shorty levers, so I was expecting them to be a little closer to my hand, but if anything, they were very far out. They were less comfortable to use even compared to the stock levers. They were just sticking out like a sore thumb. They may not look like it on camera, but when you start to feel it out and try to play with them, they just feel really bad. On top of that, it was just very wobbly. It just didn't feel right. The clutch was kind of dragging at first. That's also because I haven't adjusted it, and especially the brake lever. It was kind of just getting looser and looser as I rode, so I kind of just resorted to my rear brakes for most of my braking control. But at some point, the brake lever completely failed, and that's when I just turned around and decided to just call it quits. Now, it wasn't as dangerous as I thought it would be. I just noticed something was wrong with it. I was losing my brake pressure on the front, so I just decided not to really touch the brakes in the front unless I really had to. My biggest concern wasn't the brakes completely failing and just losing power. It was more so something would lock up and the fronts would just basically squeal or flip me off the bike. So yeah, everything was going wrong on this day already, and things just kept getting worse with the camera issues, microphone issues, and then the bike just completely crapping out on me. So yeah, I decided to just turn back around and not continue this ride because, you know, it was just not safe. I didn't trust the bike, and I am kind of proud that I was able to have some sort of consciousness to just turn back around and go home. And with just all of the things going wrong and adding up, I was afraid that if I kept pushing my luck, something would be very, very bad. But luckily, everything turned out okay, and I managed to get my way home. But yeah, I was running a little bit on the aggressive side in this video just because I was pretty stressed out, and that's not an excuse. And I was very hesitant on even putting this video out because it wasn't really all that special, and maybe I wasn't too proud of the way I was riding either. But you know, this is a channel where I just want to show the reality of things. I want to just kind of show my day-to-day, express myself. Just a little update as we still have a little bit more footage going. Everything is okay right now. I'm still very hectic behind the scenes, working on all these different things. I've been kind of reworking the CLICHEBUILT website. Someone did reach out actually asking for a product that it was not available anymore, but I will be actually listing a whole bunch of new products as well later this week. So yeah, just stay tuned, follow the website. Whatever's available right now, you can still purchase. I will be taking down a lot of the current active listings that I'm going to be discontinuing and eventually replacing it with a lot of new stuff. So I'm very excited about all of these new things I'm going to be adding and working on. All the links and information will be in the description below. But yeah, towards the end of the video, this is where I was kind of finicking around with the levers, and as you can see, it was just very wobbly. It just did not feel stable, was not comfortable to use. And on the brake side especially, I was playing around with the adjusters to see why it's sticking out so far. Even on its lowest setting, just felt really far out. And as you can see, there was like no brake pressure at all. It was just kind of flopping back and forth. I was concerned that maybe I installed it wrong, but I did take it apart and put it back together a few times, and it just wasn't working. It wasn't like that during the time I installed it though, so it's kind of strange because I didn't ride the bike at all after I installed it. It felt pretty okay when I put them on. So yeah, I did take it apart to examine it. Everything honestly just looked okay, the way it should be. Then I did drop the little rubber gasket and had to climb under the bike, which was kind of a pain in the ass. And I didn't really have time to fix it up until like a week later, just because it was going to be raining and my schedule was just very hectic, so I kind of just left the levers off the bike for a few days. The main issue that I was noticing was something with this little adjuster piece that goes into the gasket. This just wasn't springing back. It just kind of felt loose. No matter how many times I tried, it just wasn't working. But fortunately, I was able to send these back and get a full refund. I will be putting the OEM levers back on the bike for the time being until I can get myself a new set of levers. But yeah, I got a lot of Jaguar content coming soon in the next few days, so stay tuned for that while we wait for the bike to be fixed. With that being said, thank you all for watching. It's been your boy RickyMoto, and I'll see you in our next one. Peace.